Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Carmela A here, and welcome to Carmela A Continued. And today is Tuesday, October 25th of 2022. Welcome to What's Heavy on My Heart series that I have on here with channeled messages included. Excuse me. Gotta clear out those throat chakra attacks. Excuse me, y'all. Excuse me, y'all. My bad. Well, anyway, let me put my trigger warnings and disclaimers before I go any further. Disclaimer. These channeled messages will be disturbing. One is regarding the channeled messages that I have in my mind right now. I might have another one as I go along, but the two specifically that I have right now that I am bringing forth today, one is regarding a wrongful death. And there's going to be channel messages regarding, wrongdoings done towards children. So just letting you know that these channel messages will be disturbing, will be triggering. So you know what to do if you can handle it or if you can. So click off if you need to. No hard feelings. My channel messages are not, my intention is to not intentionally trigger people. I am intentionally exposing wrongs that I'm supposed to and that I am led to, okay? And so I'm just doing my part, doing the right thing, because I know how it feels to be done wrong and to be scapegoated in all kind of situations, but by the grace of God, I'm still here and I'm still standing, and so I have no problem with doing what I need to do and completing any task that the Most High God wants and needs me to complete. So with that being said, we'll go ahead and get on with it. The first channel message that I would like to bring forth right now is a channel message that I never received before. So this channeling I actually received today. Okay. This message here, I received spiritual downloads and spiritual confirmations from the Most High God about this particular situation that happened in the past. I received that channel today. So I'm going to bring it. All right. Let me clear my throat right quick, y'all. Excuse me, y'all. Y'all know the deal, what be happening with these spiritual attacks, y'all. Excuse my throat, y'all. I swear I'll be putting my mouth away from the microphone and shit. I swear. But when I clear my throat, it might sound loud. That's not my intention. Sorry, y'all. Excuse me. Anyway, man, there's been a lot of wrongful deaths for these fucking covens, man. And it's been happening a long time. I know it seems repetitive with me saying that type of shit, but something has to be done about this shit. I mean, I could think negative and be petty and be like, well, the law don't give a fuck. All the law dirty. But I don't want to be petty and say all that because I know that's not the truth. I know there's some upright law enforcement or justice system out there. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? So, but there are a lot of dirty law enforcement dirty detectives, dirty investigators, dirty, like for real. And one day, very soon, one by fucking one, coven members that are involved with wrongful deaths of people, of targeted individuals, chosen ones, and good-hearted people who did not deserve to get their lives robbed from them, were actually upright people in the universe and positive people in the universe, did not do any harm towards anyone else, and did not project any negativity to others or anything like that. These people deserve justice. And their souls do too. And they will soon. I feel very strongly of that. So, anyway, there was this woman, this feminine, who passed away from her husband poisoning her by putting some poison in a non-alcoholic beverage while they were on vacation outside of the United States. See, this woman and her husband, they did reside together in Reno, Nevada, but she was not poisoned and not wrongfully murdered where she resided. That took place when they were on vacation outside of the US. And this beautiful soul, this woman, she transitioned and passed away on January 3rd of 2017. And she left behind two children. That's sad, man. That's very sad, man. And the saddest part of all that, not only that, but the saddest part of all that is that this sadistic, malicious ass male this water sign, karmic, toxic male, sun sign, excuse me, he actually is planning right now as I fucking speak to sacrifice his children. And I pray that does not take place. They already lost their mother, man. Like, goddamn, like, these people don't be thinking about what the fuck they be doing. They be forgetting about the soul part of things. They only worry about the materialistic part of this physical world, you know. Nothing is wrong with having the finer things in life. There's nothing wrong with that. As long as you are an upright person in the universe, not trying to be toxic towards others, you know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with being wealthy and having the materials that you would love to have. But it all matters about the heart of the person and the soul of that person. Evil does not win forever. But a lot of people are in denial about that shit. But a lot of these malicious people will get a rude awakening and get the biggest wake-up call of their fucking lives. To all the malicious people that take part in wrongfully killing people or putting them in unfortunate situations and all that type of shit. Especially children, man. A lot of these malicious ass parents are actually planning on the sacrifice of their children for their covens or their Masonic group that they're in. But they never think about when shit catches up to them. They never do. But only the target individual, chosen one, good-hearted person would be the one suffering. You know, being at the wrong place, wrong time, around the wrong person, wrong place, or, you know, all those type of unfortunate situations that could happen. There's 1,000 situations that could happen, you know. But these murders of targeted individuals, chosen ones, and good-hearted people, they need to stop. We don't do shit to y'all, gang stalkers. We do not antagonize people like y'all do. We don't, you know, stage certain situations for noise campaigns and street theater and all that coward shit that gang stalkers love to do. And some of these cowards are even Masons and coven members, you know? The malicious ones, I mean. You know what I'm saying? Everyone goes through judgment, not just malicious ones, you know. We all go through judgment. Whether you're a positive person or a negative person. None of us can run from karma. It just matters on what side you're on. You know, are you on the malicious team or not? You know what I'm saying? But it's going to be a wake-up call for a lot of people when they least fucking expect it. And the plan of malicious ones having a scapegoat to go down for the plans that they really were doing behind the scenes and shit. That shit won't fly forever either. In case they didn't fucking know that. Now they know if they hear this. This beautiful soul, this woman, she passed away January 3rd of 2017 while on vacation with her husband, who she loved dearly and never would have had the clue of him ever trying to do that to her. She was nothing but good to this man and had 2 beautiful children that she had to leave behind because she was in the hands of her fake loving husband, because he was so loving in her face, but all along already planned her death to be a sacrifice for his Mason group that he's in. So that happened years ago, January 3rd of 2017. That's when she transitioned outside of this 3D physical world. Got her life robbed of her and had to leave behind her 2 beautiful children missing their mother forever. You know what I'm saying? They were very young when they lost their mother. And she was a very great mother to her children. But people being poisoned by undetected substances, that is, or that has been the cover-up for so long. Sometimes sometimes forensics won't even be able to pick that up. And sometimes when they do detect it, they'll just turn a blind eye to it and just be like, oh, well, that type of shit, not giving a fuck. These malicious motherfuckers don't give a fuck until shit happens and shit hits the fan in their life. When that whirlwind of their karma storm starts to come in and creep in on their ass. That's when these motherfuckers, they actually give a fuck. And they actually get mad when they're uncomfortable or when other people make them uncomfortable. Some of these malicious motherfuckers actually know what it feels like to be wrongfully done. But it's something with the DNA of these people. There's something about the DNA of narcissists, psychopaths, and sociopaths, or sociopathic ass motherfuckers. It's something in the DNA of these people, of these beings. Some people can, say, well, dang, they just can't help it. That's a lie. If a motherfucker got sense enough to not want shit done bad to them, then they know what the fuck they doing when they doing bad to others and projecting negativity and toxicity to people's lives, that don't deserve it. You know what I'm saying? They think that karma is just going to skip them because of their status on this 3D physical world, on this 3D plane. They think that's just going to forever be that way. And that they're just going to live for what? Millions of years or some shit? Huh. Denial. Let me look at my notes right quick, because when I was talking shit about the DNA of these malicious motherfuckers, of these gang stalkers, of these psychopathic ass and sociopathic ass bitches, dudes, there's something that I seen on YouTube one day. I'm gonna get off topic a little bit before I get to the next channel message. But there's something I wrote down, because when I seen this YouTube video, I went to it on accident. Like, I usually don't watch science type of content or scientific type of content, but for some reason I was drawn to watching some scientific ass shit one night. And I ended up coming across a YouTube channel called Institute of Human Anatomy. That's the name of the YouTube channel. Institute of Human Anatomy. And on September 2nd of this year, 2022, that YouTube channel posted a video entitled Inside the Brain of a Psychopath. If one was to view that video and have a spiritual mindset when they watch it, one would find out that DNA plays a very, very large part, like certain genes in particular. Certain genes of a person that way, like a psychopathic person, I mean. Genes of a psychopathic person is what I meant to say. That plays a big role in why psychopathic minds are wired the way they are. Video's not that long. I think it was less than 20 minutes long, I believe, or I know it was less than 30 minutes. It could have been over 20-something minutes, but I think it was like, it was between 20 and 30 minutes of that video. But the first time I watched that, I got an epiphany like a motherfucker. But I'm gonna let y'all watch it for yourself if you were interested. Even if you don't understand scientific terms and stuff like that, just pay attention if you're really, really interested. And have a spiritual mindset when you watch the video. And see what aha moment you get when you watch it. If you are not a psychopath, or not a sociopath, or not a narcissist, or not a fucking gang stalker, those type of people wouldn't understand. They would still be in denial about that, even if it's scientific stuff behind it. They would still try to be in denial about shit, about their fucking genes and DNA. Like, what the fuck? Anyway, shit. Trying to tell you. Some of these people be walking around here with loose screws all up in that brain. But they be evil than a motherfucker. Be psychopathic than a motherfucker. Working around hospitals and working around children, being teachers, and all kind of shit. Like, and some of these malicious ass people choose to be in a profession around children. Some of these malicious people are pedophiles that are in the, in the school system. I know that's not the proper term to talk about school and all that, educational system, whatever, because I'm not talking about the law. I'm talking about the, schools. Some of these people that work around children ain't right. There was a hit and run situation that happened, and her first name starts with the letter G, and her last name starts with the letter P. P as in pickle. Yeah. G as in glory. G like the word glory, And this agent that hit and ran after hitting this child and then fled the fucking scene, that actually still haunts her to this day. But she's in for a rude awakening very fucking soon. Yeah. These hoes been playing too long. Let me get myself together, man, before I get on to this next channel message. This is going to be a disturbing one as well. It's going to be regarding children. Give me a moment. Okay, I'm back. But before I get on to this next channel message, I need to add one last thing to the short little channel message I just spoke of just now, a few seconds ago, about the hit and run situation with this 81-year-old woman hitting a child and fleeing the scene. Raymond Washington is very fucking significant on that situation. Okay? Very highly respected in a certain agency. Yeah. Yep. Now on to my next channel message. Actually, this is the last one for this session here. And this is something that happened in the past, in the 90s. Okay? There is this karmic, toxic ass male. And man, I hate getting these messages like this because they make me so angry, but I'm gonna keep it together, y'all. I'm gonna keep it together. Give me a moment. All right. Let me get on with it. See, I don't be wanting to be on hype mode all the time, but I just be having so much passionate anger for these pedophiles and people that harm children. And I have so much passionate anger for the fact that the justice system has been covering this shit up for so long and doing illegal case studies on targeted individuals, chosen ones, and good-hearted people for a very, very long time in the good old USA, right? In this good old country right here, right? You know what I'm saying? Well, it's supposed to be, but a lot of shit gets swept under the rug. And a lot of blind eyes are turned away from pedophiles that work in agencies or, other conglomerates that may be, having high-ranking people in the company or conglomerate. So that shit has been going on a very long time. And I just pray it stops one fucking day. But that's just my take on that. That's just my personal feelings on that. I'm not always trying to be in anger mode when I talk about this shit, but sometimes I just can't fucking help it. So excuse me, y'all. Excuse the little pausing moments on here. I just don't want to do anything to not get this heard. So I think I've already talked a lot of shit about covens and other malicious people on past sessions on here, on the series that I have on here, What's Heavy on My Heart. But with this session here, I'm going to do my best to not go ham when talking about these malicious ass souls and these malicious beings on the planet, especially when they fucking with kids. That shit ain't right. And a lot of justice systems and all that type of shit condone this fucking sick shit. It's sad, but it gets me angry at the same fucking time. But my sadness goes out to the children that are affected by this fuck ass shit, this fuck shit that's been going on, because of them being in the hands of malicious people that are their guardians or parents or whatever they are to them. No child deserves that at all. But that's just my opinion on that. You know what I'm saying? That's just me, you know. That's my thoughts on it. But with this channel message here, this last one here, this was, there's a lot of illegal case study energy with this. And for a very long time, there's a certain agency that's been doing illegal case studies on targeted individuals, chosen ones, and good-hearted people to see how they're going to react to certain situations. And sometimes the ones that they target for their sick little case studies, illegally, may I fucking add, sometimes, unfortunately, these targets that these malicious people have are unfortunately sometimes children. In this particular message here, this channel message, there is a particular earth sign femme. She was 7 or 8 years old at the time in Houston, Texas. She lived in this apartment complex in Houston, Texas back then in 1995. And there was a man who sold candy in the fucking complex. You know, this man, he loved to give out candy, and he was known as the Candy Man and all this shit here because he would give kids candy or sell it or whatever the fuck, but somehow he gave children candy. And that's how he would lure children in his fucking apartment to molest them. And in this particular time, in the 90s, in 1995 in particular, this shit was recorded by hidden camera energy. A lot of hidden camera energy with this shit. This Latino male who's between the ages of 50 and 60 right now. His first name starts with the letter J. J. His middle name starts with the letter L. L as in lake. And his last name starts with the letter S, as in Sally. Yeah. Those are that pedophile's fucking initials. On May 12th of 1995, he molested a lot of children during this time, but on this particular day of May 12th of 1995, he molested this earth sign femme who was 7 or 8 years old at the time. And after she told an adult in the household that she was living in as a child back then, he called authorities, and that's how that ended. But when this pedophile was molesting these children, it was all recorded on hidden camera energy. Okay. For that to be for his dark web content, so that he could get financial gain from that shit. And one could still look at that to this fucking day. Right fucking now. If they wanted to. See, back then, in 1995 in Houston, Texas, this male who is between the ages of 50 and 60 now, in current time, of the time of me doing this stream, he was leaner than he is now. He's a little overweight now. And I'm not making fun of anyone who's overweight. I'm just saying that's very significant because that happened in 1995. But in a particular time, and an exact day of May 12th of 1995, that is when he molested this specific and particular earth sign femme. Okay? And at that time, she was between the ages of 7 and 8 years old. And this was part of an illegal case study from a certain agency. Yeah. Y'all know what agency mean. I ain't gonna say everything else. Y'all know what agency mean, right? Yeah. Well, anyway. Years later, this same pedophile, he changed over the years. He looks way different than he did back then in 1995. But years later, this earth sign femme ended up meeting the same fucking pedophile, but did not realize it when this earth sign femme met this Latino male who was a pedophile, secret pedophile. This earth sign femme ended up meeting this same man that molested her May 12th of 1995. She ended up meeting him when she became in her 20s. But this earth sign femme did not know that that was the man that molested her as a child. See, sometimes when traumatic things happen, you sometimes remember the incident, but not always the exact face. You know, sometimes one could pick out things to remember, even if it's just traumatic as that taking place to someone or to someone as a child. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Just speaking in general, you know, some people can pinpoint the face and be like, dang, this motherfucker was leaner before. And he's fat now, but the face looks different. But if one was to like pay attention, They could actually remember, that face. But in this particular situation, this earth sign femme did not remember exactly the face, but only remembers that situation happening to her back in May 12th of 1995 in Houston, Texas. See, that pedophile made a lot of money off that content back then. Of that taking place back then. But he is also getting paid for some other dark web content still to this day, And he actually has a child of his own now, a daughter. His daughter her first name starts with the letter S. Yeah. Yes, this pedophile has a child of his own now. Or for a few years now, so far. That child is younger than 6 years old. As of now, currently. But this Latino secret pedophile, because I'm pretty sure people don't know that about him now, or even in the early 2000s, or in the middle 2000s. See, when that molestation happened from this Latino pedophile male back then in 95 in Houston, Texas, this earth sign femme ended up meeting him in her adult life when she was between the ages of 22 and 24. But at that time, she never had a clue about him being that same man that molested her between the ages of 7 and 8 years old back in Houston, Texas. See, this earth sign femme ended up meeting this same fucking pedophile male in Garland, Texas, when she was in her 20s, and actually befriended him. They were friends for many years. She had no clue that was the same man that molested her back then in Houston, Texas in 1995. Had no clue that this same man has dark web content of her from back then. And other shit too. With that dark web energy, But now this earth sign femme does not associate with this man at all. She ended up receiving a spiritual download one day before the autumn season of this year, matter of fact. So, you know what I'm saying? But before that spiritual download that she received, this earth sign femme received, before that time this year, before the autumn season, before, the time before she got that spiritual download about him being that same man that molested her when she was a child, this earth sign femme did not know that shit before September 2022, last month. This earth sign femme received spiritual confirmation about that back last month, September 2022. But, what is she going to do now? She can't just report it now. It's been so long, But that is a prime example of that type of situation happening to targeted individuals, chosen ones, good-hearted people. Because of illegal case studies, a certain agency likes to, orchestrate. You know what I'm saying? See, sometimes, certain people who are targeted, for their malicious reasons, sometimes these malicious ones, they have high rank in certain agencies or in certain, professional conglomerates or whatever companies or whatever, But God sees all and God knows all. So, I can only pray for all targeted individuals, chosen ones, good-hearted people to get justice. And for the transition souls who are in the spiritual realm who have left this physical world, being robbed of their lives because of the people they were with that they didn't know had ill intent towards them behind the scenes. There's a lot of people who are ordered to be in certain targeted individuals' lives and certain chosen ones' lives and in certain good-hearted people's lives. Sometimes that's the gang stalker's job. Just like anyone else would work a regular job in 3D. Not being toxic to anyone. You feel me? Know what I'm saying? But it's been a lot of this shit going on. And I feel very strongly that one day this shit will be exposed. But I can only give it up to God, man. I can only give it up to the Most High. For justice for these wrongful deaths of people and children and any other good-hearted person out there, you know what I'm saying, in the universe. It's mind-blowing how different malicious type of groups can just orchestrate people into people's lives to try to do whatever ill intent they want to do, whatever sick game they want to play, like it's the thing to do, like it's the fucking trend, you know what I'm saying? But that shit won't be like that forever. And I feel very strongly that certain people are actually learning that lesson right about fucking now. I just pray for justice for all targeted individuals, all chosen ones, and all good-hearted people who have been taken advantage of, who have been lied to, by spouses that are, really trying to kill them for insurance money, or, certain friends who secretly hate them because they're jealous of them and they want them dead for money and shit. That type of shit, man. All that evil ass shit, malicious intent and all that. That shit been going on. And it's been a fucking trend to these type of people. It's just sad that it's so deep in the justice system. It's so deep in law enforcement. It's so deep in the law. It's just sad that how that is a fact. That these type of people are even allowed to work in fields like this. They have the intellect to do the job, but they don't have the soul right for the job. You feel me? They might learn stuff and be intelligent, but when it comes to how their heart and their soul is, that shit be all fucked up and dark than a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Just keep it real, y'all. Just keep it real, man. I do this to somehow give souls a voice who have been wrongfully robbed of their lives, children or adults. I do this because I'm led by the Most High God to do so. And sending people to me, sending a certain group or groups to me to try to scare or intimidate me, that plan didn't work. And it won't work if it happens again. I can promise them that. I have no fear in my heart, mind, or soul for these malicious beings on the planet. I don't care what plan they come up with. Spiritual attacks or physical, it doesn't fucking matter. I'm ready for whatever. So they can keep that shit coming, baby. Keep that shit coming. Keep racking up that karma, man. Just racking up your own karma. That's negative karma for y'all. Spiritually attacking people when you don't need to. Gang stalker motherfuckers. Y'all gonna learn one day. Y'all motherfuckers gonna learn. Know what I'm saying? But target individuals, good-hearted people, and chosen ones. I know it's hard to stay positive in a world that's so full of malicious intent and evil. But it matters how we react to things. You know, these sick games of these people, they always want to intimidate and try to poke and poke and poke. Like poking at a bear. Poke, poke, poke. Till the bear gets up and tries to get that ass. You know what I'm saying? Don't get their ass, target individuals. Don't retaliate. Chosen ones. Don't do it, good-hearted people. Don't do it. That's what these gang suckers want us to do. To be out of character. So we can lose our blessings that's coming our way. God has the final say, not these fucking gang stalkers, not these fucking narcissists or psychopathic people or sociopathic ass people. The Most High God has the final say in my life and in your life. If you're not evil. But anyway, I'm gonna leave y'all with this. Have faith, stay hopeful, and stay strong.